Welcome to the Abundance Journey, the show that helps spiritual entrepreneurs create an abundance mindset that accelerates revenue. Secretly, everything you experience in your life is actually abundance. Once you understand how to activate abundance, you find yourself in flow with your business and clients, so it's easy to create the revenue you want. The Abundance Journey is the only show that activates abundance for you, so you enjoy rapid results in your business. Here's your host, the Abundance Ambassador, Elaine Starling.
Welcome. This is Elaine Starling, the Abundance Ambassador, and I'm so delighted you could join me today. I've got a very important question for you. What are you choosing? What are you choosing in every moment? What are you choosing in terms of how you show up and what you're looking for in your life, in your day, in your experience? Because honestly, abundance is a choice. There's a reason why I created that TEDx talk called Abundance is a Choice, because it really, truly is. And I wanted to talk with you a little bit about that. I'm super excited. It's been a little over a year since I did my TED Talk, and I've got over 310,000 views, which is very exciting. My goal is 10 million. So if you haven't watched it recently, or if you know someone who maybe hasn't seen it, please do share my TEDx talk, Abundance is a Choice. And I wanted to talk with you just a little bit further about this, because we get wrapped around the axle on how do we actually experience abundance? What does it look like to galvanize your life so that every moment is truly a blessing? So I wanted to walk you through a little daily practice that I use that has made a massive difference in my life. Now, the first thing to understand is that limiting beliefs are there. They are real. You may not know what your limiting beliefs are, but you can certainly feel when you push up against resistance and you just don't want to do it, or you really don't want to have to pick up the phone and call somebody to ask them for the business, or you really don't want to have that tough conversation with someone because you're just feeling uncomfortable about it. That is like a sign from the divine, a neon sign lighting up in bold technicolor to let you know this is an opportunity for huge spiritual growth. And it's something that you will always cherish if you're willing to lean in with love and take a closer look at whatever this is that you're feeling resistance towards. So remember, limiting beliefs are actually a sign that massive blessings are right here for you. You just have to tune in and pay attention. And I know how it is. There are always times when we're like, but I want it to be easier. I don't have to do this. It's such a drag. I mean, come on. We all go there from time to time. And the interesting thing is, it's only through contrast of what is wanted and what is not wanted that we identify opportunities to grow. Scientists have discovered very clearly that in the brain, if you can't feel emotion, you can't make a decision. And all that's happening is the divine is giving you an experience, a situation where you get to decide whether you're going to receive the blessing or discard the blessing. It's always a blessing. Every single moment is designed to be a blessing for you, especially the challenging moments. Those are extra special. So let's take a look at what happens. Something is going on and you're feeling really anxious about it. I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay. I am working on my product, the Abundance Journey, and I give this program three times a year. And it's really important to me that this is magical for my clients, that they get so much out of it and they experience a profound transformation through the entire experience. Now, one of the things that's very interesting about delivering a transformation is that you, the teacher, cannot control the transformation your client experiences. You're the guide. You're providing resources and tools that they can use to get where they want to go. And if they're not willing to take action and actually do the work, then they're not going to get the result. So you have to be totally committed to getting them to take that step, helping them, coaching them, encouraging them, prompting them, moving them to that space where they can take action for themselves. Because what they're buying, they're never buying you and your product ever. They're buying a belief in themselves and a sincere desire to grow. And you're there to help coax them and coach them to get to that space where they experience that growth. So I get wrapped around the axle too when I'm working on my own products because I'm so passionate about wanting this to be really, really good and an incredible experience for people. And so I get very worried about what is that going to be? How is that going to show up? So the first thing I do when I notice myself spiraling, because we all do this, I notice what are my emotions? How am I feeling? Am I feeling anxiety? That's usually for me, that's in my solar plexus between my belly button and my ribs. Right in there is where I tend to feel that anxiety, that hesitation. So as soon as I notice the emotion that's coming up for me and I label it, my friend anxiety. The interesting thing is your body can't tell the difference between anxiety and anticipation. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Your body processes anxiety and anticipation the exact same way. Same sweaty hands, same nervous stomach, same ripple, the butterflies in the tummy, same, exactly the same. So I don't have to view this as anxiety. I can view this as eager anticipation. And I love that interpretation. So the words I tell myself make a big difference in the experience that I have because I can get excited over eager anticipation. Anxiety, not very exciting. Then I want to go back to bed and pull the covers over my head, right? So I pay attention to the emotion I'm feeling. I label the emotion and then I go in my body and I find where is that showing up for me. Like I said, for me, anxiety is in my solar plexus between my belly button and the bottoms of my ribs. So I notice the energy there and I notice what the energy is doing. Do I feel a tightness? Do I feel a heaviness? Do I feel cold or heat? What's going on in there? And then I take several deep breaths into that sensation in my body. And I stop with the mind chatter about what that might mean and what's going on. I don't need to have my brain involved at this point. I am partnering with the divine to let go of that old story and move into a thoroughly productive place because I'm choosing abundance. Okay. That is a choice for me. So I notice the emotion and label it. I go into my body and I take 3 deep breaths, sometimes longer. Because what I'm doing with my breath is I'm inviting the divine into my body to open and expand the cells in my body and release all the tension, to just let it all go. Because the bottom line is, I don't need to have all the answers right now. I can't, especially if I'm in between doing my course and I don't even have the clients actively participating at the moment, right? If I'm in that kind of a space, I'm just making it all up in my head. And if it's all made up, it's not real. What's going to be real is what I create with the divine. So once I breathe and I release that tension, now the fun part happens. Now I'm really partnering with the divine. And the way I do that is with the power of intention. Intention is how I want to feel and what I want to create through my life. So, for example, my intention might sound like in love and light, I hold the intention that I attract really fun, courageous people who want to experience profound spiritual growth in just 6 weeks. So we have a delightful adventure together and they experience profound transportation that lasts the rest of their life and brings abundance to every single aspect of their lives. Thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, that's a structure that I use that I received a download about. I've worked with Lynn McTaggart. I took her class on how to do an intention and how to run an intention group, which I also do. And then I got a download from the divine. And I always start with in love and light on my intention. For me, that's acknowledging that the God of our understanding, in my case, I call this the divine, is present and an active participant in supporting this intention. So it's kind of like acknowledging that someone's in the room with you. I like to start my intention with that, in love and light, to acknowledge the divine. Then I state my intention, which is how I want to feel and what I want to create, co-create with the divine and with my clients. We're all in this together. And of course, I'm a gratitude gal. So I close the intention with thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is acknowledging to the divine that this is the complete intention. I'm good with this. This or something better is fine. And it makes me feel a sense of closure, of completion, of I've done my job. I've pointed out exactly what I need help and support with to the divine. And so now the divine is in a position to support me and help me. If I never say what I want, if I don't have a certain level of clarity, the divine can't help me. It's the same for you. If you're wishy-washy and you sort of want something, but you're not entirely sure what you want, and you know you want to feel good, but feeling good can mean different things in different moments, yeah, you're really tying the divine's hands. But when you're crystal clear, this is what I want to create. This is how I want people to feel. This is the outcome I want them to experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That gives the divine marching orders. And the divine can make anything happen, this or something even better. Okay, now the final step in this entire process, I get to pay attention to how things line up that align with my intention. I put my attention on what is working in alignment with my intention. I talk about that in my TEDx talk, Abundance is a Choice. And it's really true. So again, I want to ask you, what are you choosing? What are you choosing in this moment? Are you choosing deliberately to view this moment as somehow a blessing, especially when right now it's a head scratcher and it looks absolutely miserable and you have no freaking clue how you're going to get out of where you are? That is the perfect opportunity for you to partner with the divine, because you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to go to the back of the book and read the final page to the end. That's not what it's all about. It's about having the tools, having the resources to be present in this moment and enjoy the blessings that are here for you right now. You have that ability. You have that control. You have the superpower of choice. So I want to see you use it. Hold on just a moment, because we're going to activate abundance. So are you ready to activate abundance in every single area of your life? Well, you can get in flow with your business and your clients. It's as easy as you can imagine to create the kind of revenue you really want in your business. You can join me for the Abundance Journey 6-week training and coaching program that help you turn your problems into prosperity. Just visit theabundancejourney.com to sign up for our next adventure. Okay, it's time for us to activate abundance. And I know I covered a lot. But I want to point out something that is really, really key here. Your life is your choice. The way you experience your life is your choice. So I'm super grateful that we have this choice. We have this opportunity to partner with the divine to co-create our experiences and our lives. How could it get even better than this? This is really fabulous. So I'm deeply grateful. Step one is gratitude. I'm deeply grateful for the ability to choose the kind of experience I want to have. The situation is a situation. My experience is how I respond to the situation. That's the difference, okay? I might get a flat tire. A flat tire is a flat tire is a flat tire. I could get out of the car and kick the tire and hurt my foot and end up in the hospital. That's one choice. Or I can be grateful that I have AAA and I can call for help. It's a choice, okay? So the situation may be the same, but my experience and how I respond to the situation is what I control. And I'm very grateful that I have that choice. Okay, step one is gratitude. Step two is acknowledge something you learned that maybe you hadn't thought about quite that way before. You have control. Isn't it ironic that there are times when our lives feel like they're totally out of control, like everything's beyond our control? There are wars and there's famine and there's tornadoes and there's floods and there's droughts and there's horrible illnesses that are just devastating humanity and devastating our planet. And many of these things feel like they're beyond our control. And you know, the beautiful thing is we still have the control within ourselves to control our own lives and control our own experience. You know, I got a very interesting download recently. I was practicing the 7-day mental diet, which is a really interesting experiment where you decide to tune out all negativity and you only focus on positive things. Sure, the negative stuff is still there. It's still happening. There's still droughts. There's still famines. There's still all that stuff. And you don't take that in. You don't read the news about it. You don't soak in all that negative energy. You keep yourself from going there. And so I was meditating on this while I was sitting for guidance, and I got this download from the divine. Have you ever tried to like check in at a hotel or something and nobody's there, but they have that little bell on the counter and you can ring the bell and that'll get somebody to show up and help you out? I got this awareness that anytime we notice something negative that's happening in the world, or we feel that sense of resistance, like, I don't want to go there. No, thank you. That is the divine ringing a bell to get our attention. Yeah, that's the divine going, bing, time to send love and blessings to yourself and to everyone involved or impacted by this situation. That's the sole purpose behind the things that are negative and depressing and down and dangerous. All of that is a sign that you are needed right now to send love and blessings. And I read this wonderful quote. I'm not going to say it exactly right, but it's along the lines of, if you think you're insignificant and you don't matter, just think of a mosquito trapped with you under the covers. Even a little tiny mosquito will grab your attention and prevent you from getting any rest at all. And you have so much more power than you realize. Okay, step one, really excited that we have the power of choice. Step two, acknowledge the difference it can make in your life because you do have power and you have total control over how you experience your life. Appreciate the difference that can make. You can switch your experience of life from poverty to abundance like that. It's all in your outlook and in remembering to apply the tools that we're sharing here. It's not hard, but it does take some practice, okay? It takes a reminder and some support is always useful. So just remember, you can really transform how you experience your life. Instead of viewing something negative as, oh no, I need to block that out. It's like, oh, right. Thanks, divine. Thanks for the reminder. I'm sending love and blessings now. See how that shifts? See how that feels totally different in your body when you think about negative things that way? It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. Step 4 is we activate abundance. You've got two choices. You can pull out a calendar and actually schedule time to use your power of choice, or it's probably more appropriate to pick some sort of anchor. So maybe you do like an okay symbol, putting your forefinger and your thumb together and your fingers up. And that's the reminder, you know what? Everything's okay. I've got the power of choice. I can choose how I want to respond to this experience. So that's going to be my anchor, is that little okay symbol for reminding me to use the power of choice. Okay, step 5, celebrate your progress. This is amazing. You just shifted your entire life from being afraid of all those things that you resist and worrying about all the stuff that could happen, that might happen, and oh my gosh, being desperate for approval and validation. All of that's gone now. You just let all that go because you chose to step up and use your power of choice. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations. How can it get even better than this? I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. This is an amazing life. I can't wait to hear about how you are choosing. I'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Abundance Journey Show with Elaine Starling. Visit theabundancejourney.com/podcast gifts to access today's gift, as well as gifts from our other guests. Tune in every week to activate abundance in your life and business. If something resonated with you, please share it with your friends so they can benefit too. Keep activating abundance, and we'll see you in the next episode.